Hello, everybody. We are here for another recap of one of the USL and New England games. This game is going to be. I'm going to do the Derby one for this one. This one's going to be the Derby between Rhode Island and Hartford. It was. I was at the game. It was wet, very wet. I couldn't tell you if it was the game that had the most amount of rain in Centerville Bank's history, but it just feels like every single home game there is a rainy game. I don't know what it is. I know Rhode Island, when they were doing their 100th game anniversary and they did a video tribute, they even jokingly said there, please, no more rain, because all it does is rain in Rhode Island. And it was raining before the game. It was raining during the game. It really didn't stop raining. I would say it was still kind of drizzling and raining in the second half, but I would say the majority of the bulk of the rain came in the first half. For the game itself, I had a feeling this was going to be a sucky, low-scoring game, and that's exactly what it was, because you have one side in Hartford Athletic, who's the road team, who's wearing their pretty ugly road kits. I've said that in the past. But besides that game where they came back against Orange County, their previous match, and came back from 2-0 down to tie it 2-2 thanks to Coffee, their offense has been non-existent. I believe in 8 of their previous 10 just league games, not even talking about USL Cup games, they had been shut out because it's been basically lean on Siaha and have him bail you out along with the defense and try to get points 0-0 draw. That's literally what it's been like, and that's the only reason why Hartford was still in the playoff position they were going into last night. For Rhode Island, it's been a constant issue of scoring one goal and then not even trying to score a second, and that's been part of the problem this year with Rhode Island, is their offense has been inept. There's been games where they've been non-competitive. I would say this game was a prime example of that. El Clamico was El Succio again in this game. Only one goal was scored. It came on a corner kick. I had a feeling with all the rain and everything, it was going to be one of those garbage-type goals that was going to result in one, and probably the only goal in the game, and that's exactly what it was. Rhode Island gave Hartford a bunch of opportunities the other way, and Hartford was just, no, we don't want them, and they completely whiffed on some clean, not clean breakaways, but clean on-man chances and counters, like golden opportunities. Rhode Island had their chances as well, including when JJ took the ball literally from Siak, gave it to Amos, and Amos just decided, yeah, I'm going to just put it over the bar. So that was a major problem in this game. Offense was lacking both sides. It was a major, major issue. The game only ended 1-0, and that's like I said, that's the only us. I'm not even going to give you all the stats because I was there. It was a bad game. Both offenses, again, show why they're inept. It's another game where Rhode Island got the first goal and was like, yeah, we're good. We don't need a second. Now, I will say this. It's not like they didn't try. Siaha did his thing, which is basically carry Hartford's offense. He wasn't scoring goals. He was carrying the team because if it wasn't for Siaha, you could make the argument Rhode Island could have gotten 2, maybe 3 goals if it was the backup in there. So again, it was another example of what I've seen from both teams this year, which also made me realize something. One or none of these teams is making the playoffs this year. They're not. None of them are good. None of them. They both suck. Hartford is really good defensively. Offensively, they were inept. They were a train wreck. And then Rhode Island is the same way. They're the same way. Don't look at their goals and say, oh, they've scored 10 more goals than Hartford. No. Oh, they have a positive goal differential. No. Look at when they play against teams that have good defenses, can play competent defensively. Rhode Island is inept, just like they did against Orange County, just like they did against Sacramento. They've now played 3 straight games where they've only scored 1 goal. 1 goal. 3 games, you scored 1 goal, and you've only won one of those games because you played a pathetic defensive team. We didn't learn anything in this game from Rhode Island. All you did was win the Derby. Congratulations. You're now 3-0 on the season. You've had 3 clean sheets against this Hartford team. Congratulations. Everyone else is getting clean sheets against this Hartford team. It's nothing special. It really isn't. I'm sorry. I got my bobblehead from the Coke Vegas thing. It's still in the box. I'm not taking it out. Just like I did with the chip one. I'm keeping it in there. I don't want to let it ruin it or anything. But basically with this win, Rhode Island now jumps Hartford. They go into first place, or not first place, they go into 8th. Hartford drops to 9th. Now, Rhode Island and Hartford still have some games to make up on some of the other teams like Pittsburgh, Indy, and all that. But I just want to point out when I say this, and I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Neither one of these teams proved anything yesterday than the norm and the standard that we've seen this year from them. That's the only thing we've seen. You can't come out of that game if you're a Rhode Island fan and think, this is our run, we're going to the playoffs. No, because the previous 3 games you absolutely sucked. From the Hartford side, you got to think of it this. Okay, we still can't score against Rhode Island. We've now lost 3 games to them. We have one more game, which I believe is the last game of the season, the second to last game of the season. I forget where it is in the schedule, where we host Rhode Island. And if we're still fighting for our playoff lives, we're in trouble because we can't get our offense doing anything against Hartford, or excuse me, against Rhode Island, as Hartford I'm talking about. And from the Rhode Island side, I hope it doesn't go to their heads. I really hope it doesn't. Because your next 2 games are on the road, and they're not easy games. They're not. And considering how you've looked against against Sacramento on the road, a team that was also pretty bad, I'm sorry. You had something. You had a chance to prove something to me that maybe your offense is going to go. No, your offense still sucks. You still have no idea what you're doing. So when I post my power rankings, you'll see that Rhode Island moves up a little bit, but it's because of the teams behind them. It's not because of them. That's all I have for this game for the El Clamico Isekigo. So, like I said, I will deal with that's the recap that I have for this one, short and sweet. I'll talk to you next time when Rhode Island and or Hartford plays, because I have to go look at the schedule now and figure out what they play. I know they play Saturday. I forget the times that they play. So I'll see you then. Thank you for tuning in for this USL and New England recap.